Hello everybody, my name is Josh.
And I'm Boh.
And welcome to
The Cheese.
So in this episode of The Cheese, what we're going to do is we're going to count down our top 5 comedians. His five and my 5. So without further ado, let's get into it. But before we further ado, make sure that you subscribe, like, comment down below. All right?
Hey, let's give a shout out to AM 1060, Funny 1060 in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. I listen to you guys all the time. Right? That's where I hear a lot of my stuff. Cheers up my day.
That's how. Oh yeah, no, never mind. I'll say that later. But yeah, that's why you think some of these comedians are funny. They introduced some comedians. They introduced a couple comedians to me on Funny 10 and 60. Yeah, they did. Some of them I never knew before.
They cut out all the swears and stuff, and when you get a guy like Richard Pryor or something like that, it doesn't quite sound the same. But if you already know them and stuff,
they take some of the bits that they didn't have the funny part, but it's like some of their lamer stuff.
Yeah, it's a little more tame. But I mean, it's radio, so you can't really.
What can you do, right? Yeah. Okay, so number 5 on my list, I have Ricky Gervais.
This is my second night in New York. I did a few gigs in Los Angeles, but a lot of those we donated the money to the American Cancer Society. So this is better because I keep all the money. So, but we did raise thousands of dollars or hundreds of pounds, whichever way. What's it like being a third world country?
Ricky Gervais is an English comedian, and he's been around for a long time, probably 20 plus years now.
Yeah, I'm not actually too familiar with him, but you know what? A lot of these comedians, because of the radio and stuff, I know them by their voice.
Mm-hmm.
Like people say, I'm good with faces, I'm not good with names, or I'm good with names, I'm just not good with faces. I'm not good with names, and I'm not good with faces. But when I hear a voice, I could remember a voice for some strange reason.
Ricky Gervais, you would remember him from his laugh. He has like this really eccentric. I don't know. He doesn't sound like Ricky Ricardo.
Yeah, that was kind of a mix between Ricky Ricardo and Pee Wee Herman. Did Pee Wee Herman make your top list?
Did you ever do stand-up? I don't think so. These are stand-up comedians too, not just like comedic actors or anything like that. So Ricky Gervais, he's
in your face.
He does a lot of like atheist kind of comedy.
Oh, you can't beat that.
It's funny. His bit on Noah's Ark. Oh, that's so funny. He goes on forever about that, but that's too funny. And then I don't know. He's
too legit.
He's too legit to quit. Too legit to quit. All right.
I used to be legit.
Really?
Yeah.
But now
I'm unlegit. And for that, I must quit. Do you ever watch Hot Rod? Yeah, you've seen Hot Rod, eh?
I'm going to move over a little bit. You should come this way. So, anyways, that's my number 5.
Okay, my number 5 is, how are you with female comics?
They didn't make my list, but I was thinking about them. I do.
I know you're a big fan of Wanda Sykes. I know.
Oh no.
Yeah,
I love lesbian comics.
What is there not a lesbian comic out there? No, I'm just kidding. It's a pretty small pool, though. Anyways, Whoopi Goldberg. I remember you saying you like.
No, not even a little bit.
Okay, someone's got a gun to your head. Whoopi Goldberg or Wanda Sykes? Go.
Wanda Sykes.
I don't know, man. That'd be a tough one because
it was like Wanda Psych.
Oh yeah, I don't think Wanda would cooperate. Actually,
I don't think so.
But Woofy.
I think that's her name actually. She goes by Woofy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she does on the show on The View. They're like
on
Woofy.
Yeah, that's one Have you ever watched The View before? Oh my God!
I've seen like clips of it.
Talk about a gun to the head right there. Right?
Yeah. Who's your number 5?
Oh yeah, number 5. Yeah, I had to put a woman there. Like there's Sarah Silverman, who's actually pretty good. I like. She's pretty raw. She's pretty crazy. She's in your face. She fucked Matt Damon. Did you know that?
I think is that and Matt Damon is. They always talk about Matt Damon on that dude on Jimmy Kimmel's show.
There's a song. She sings.
Oh, okay.
I fucked Matt Damon. She fucked Matt Damon. Anyways.
Oh, she really did.
But that's not it. Maria Bamford.
You want to go to a fitness boot camp? It's every day at 6 a.m. because they're getting you into a shape. And you run and you run and you run, and there's no game element to distract you from the fact that you're running and running and running. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go for 5 days. Day 5, Tanya, and I know it's going to be Tanya, is going to say, "Come on, Maria, I want to see you push it." And I am never gonna go again. But will you forget to cancel the automatic debit coming from your checking account and pay for it for the next year and a half? Of course I will. I love you so much.
Thank you so much. Thanks a lot.
I picked Maria because, you know what?
She's eccentric.
She's just so off the fucking wall.
She is.
It cracks me up. She cracks me up with her
voice.
"Baby, look pretty now, mama." All that stuff she does. She's just off the wall. Cracks me up.
Did you ever wonder which one was her real voice?
No.
She uses more than one voice, but she always uses like the scared kind of
she's
voice,
got
right?
a lot of different voices.
She's like that actually. That's her actual voice. It's not as bad as that, but it's kind of like that. I seen her talking in an interview after.
She's kind of pretty too, eh? I don't, she's not bad looking.
It's okay.
For an old comedian.
Yeah, she was actually on like Bill Nye's fucking show.
Really?
Yeah, it's a weird thing. So
okay.
Anyway, so that was number 5. Number 4, I have Jim Jeffries.
All right, let's start this shit. Bill Cosby. Now, I don't know if you get all the news here in Nashville, but I may say something that's very upsetting to many of you. It turns out that Bill Cosby is a rapist. I know. I always used to watch him on the telly as a kid, and I always used to think to myself, I bet he doesn't rape. But I've been wrong before, and I'll be wrong again, because it turns out that his favorite thing is rape. He fucking loves raping people. Now, think about your favorite thing. You might be into sports, gardening, golf. I don't know what the fuck you're into. Now, think about it. Now, replace it with rape.
He's an Australian comedian.
Oh,
yeah, he's like basically one of those guys that has absolutely no filter whatsoever, and the fucking guy actually can't read.
He can't read?
No, he can't read. He talks about it in his bits, and then I read about it afterwards, and he literally actually was illiterate or something like that. I don't know, maybe he was dyslexic for a long time or something. I don't know, but yeah, he can't read. And but I just love his jokes. He's super funny, and he has like a 20-25 minute all about the word cunt.
Australians,
yeah.
Australians said, yeah.
Yeah, the UK and the Australia, they all love that word.
They like to use that.
For some reason, they use it in their stand-up a lot because they know that like Americans or North America is like it was so taboo for so long, but it's just funny to say it.
Yeah,
I guess.
and here it's like the worst thing.
Yeah, if you ever call like a woman a cunt or something like that, you're gonna get shot.
My number 4, who do I got? Jim Gaffigan.
I went camping recently for this next joke, and I married a woman who loves to camp, and I am what you would call indoorsy. I'm surprised we can still get people to camp. Hey, want to burn a couple of vacation days sleeping on the ground outside? No. What if I told you to get to crap standing up in the woods? I still wouldn't want to go. You'll wake up freezing, covered in a rash. All right, I'll go. My wife always brings up, camping's a tradition in my family. Hey, it was a tradition in everyone's family till we came up with a house.
Oh yeah, I'd like him too.
Yeah, and he's clean too for the most part. Hot pockets. Yeah, I really like Jim a lot. He keeps it clean. He keeps it funny. He keeps it fresh. He's always seemed to be coming out with something. The McDonald's bit. Did you ever hear that?
No, and I'm not sure. I probably have. I heard a lot of his bits.
Yeah.
He is always fresh though. I guess we always got to eat. I guess.
Yeah, you betcha.
And and then, but he's always doing like little shows as well too. Like he has like a cartoon and
Diarrhea Pocket. The lean hot pocket. Throw open up package, throw directly in toilet.
This is not funny at all. He should really just get off this.
Yeah, he always does that. Yeah. He's going to hell. He just made a joke about Jesus.
These guys aren't going to get the 10 subscribers. Number 3, I got Bill Burr.
Dude, I'm not trying to be a dick, but every woman in here is heavy. Yeah, you're heavy. You're an adult female. Jesus Christ, when do you stop picking up your kids when they're like 5 or 6? Like, ah, get off of me, Jesus Christ. You're gonna throw out my back. I'll jump on your brother. Yeah, an adult woman weighs 115 pounds, 120, all the way up to God knows what, right? And it's not balanced weight. Most of it's in your thighs and in your ass. Your head's hanging off, trying to counterbalance. Dude, when guys go to the gym, we don't put 30 pounds on one side and a $180 over here. Fucking, yeah, it's ridiculous. Trying to carry a naked woman, it's like trying to carry a half-filled waterbed mattress. You're like plumping into shit. And when you see the bed, you don't walk to it. You slowly start picking up momentum.
He's kind of fast talking, I want to say up and comer, but he's not. He's just kind of like he's been up and coming for a long time, but he's just really peaking now.
Like I've recently.
Now, like it seems like the more bald he gets, the more funnier he gets.
Kind of like the opposite of Samson, eh?
Yeah. So, he's always going on a rant about something, and he's really good with. If you ever see him on, sometimes I like to not just watch like a stand-up comedy. Sometimes I like to watch his savage moments that he has with reporters and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
He just with them. He can bounce back right away.
Yeah, they say anything stupid, he's on you just like that.
You can joust with him pretty good.
Yeah.
Did you hear him do his bit about the mothers have the toughest job in the world?
Oh, probably.
That one's pretty good. It makes me laugh there when he's like, "Oh, really, eh?" You know, he talks. And
Yeah.
That whiny kind of.
Yeah, that Jersey accent.
Yeah, and he's like, "Hey, try roofing in middle of August as a redhead." That's a pretty fucking tough job.
Yeah, he's good. And what do you got now for number 3?
Dave Chappelle.
I'll be real with you, and I know nobody gives a fuck what I think anyway. I'm not for abortion. Oh, shut up, nigga. I'm not for it, but I'm not against it either. It all depends on who I get pregnant. I don't care, I'll tell you right now, I don't care what your religious beliefs are or anything. If you have a dick, you need to shut the fuck up on this one. Seriously. This is theirs. The right to choose is their unequivocal right. Not only do I believe they have the right to choose, I believe that they shouldn't have to consult anybody, except for a physician, about how they exercise that right. Gentlemen, that is fair. And ladies, to be fair to us, I also believe if you decide to have the baby, a man should not have to pay. That's fair. If you can kill this motherfucker, I can at least abandon him. It's my money, my choice. And if I'm wrong, then perhaps we're wrong. Figure that shit out for yourselves.
Oh, Dave Chappelle.
Yeah. you know, there are so many like great comics out there, and it's something that I'm passionate about. I know you love listening to comedians. We've always loved listening to comedians. But you know, Dave definitely has to stand out there as one of the funniest of all time. I think definitely. The fucking monkey bit there, AIDS and all that stuff. You know how long it took me to teach this monkey to suck my dick without trying to peel it? Only a monkey could show you that kind of love. I don't know, all that stuff.
Yeah.
We go on for
Sprinkle some crack.
Yeah, sprinkle some crack. Let's get out of here. Let's get out of here, Johnson.
Let's get out of here. I don't know why they're like that. What is that kind of co-op? Is that?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that's nice.
Man, see?
30s or 20s or something like that.
Let's get out of here for the fuzz.
What fuzz gets here, man?
It's like a gangster, fucking 20s gangster. But anyways, was that your number 3?
Yeah, it sure was. Yeah.
All right. So number 2, I have Louis C.K.
I mean, what am I capable of? I'd like to think that I'm a nice person, but I don't know, man. A lot of it is context. There's a lot of things I wonder if the world was different. Like if murder was legal, I might have killed a few people. I don't know. I'd love to think, oh, I would never do that. But we really need the law against murder. For one simple reason. The law against murder is the #1 thing preventing murder. We'd like to think it's because, like, oh, I would never do that. No, it's because it really sucks getting caught murdering. A lot. If murder was legal, or just a misdemeanor, like you get a thing in the mail, ah, shit, they had a camera there. Oh, well. If murder was legal, there would be so much murder. Regular people would murder. Murderers would murder even more. And then really nice, sweet people would murder a few people. But nobody would murder no people. You wouldn't trust somebody who didn't murder. If murder was legal, you wouldn't like them. I never killed anybody. Okay, nice meeting you. Ugh. What a creep. I mean, not even a hooker. Live a life. What's wrong with that guy? He's like a Mormon or some shit. I hate those guys.
You haven't seen any of Louis C.K. yet, right?
I'm not really familiar with him too much. I've seen little bits of him. You know what? Honestly, I don't know. Maybe I could say this because a lot of people have said that to me. But maybe I just don't like his face or something.
Nobody likes his face.
Seems like I don't know. I don't.
He's kind of like balding, but he keeps his red hair out, and he kind of his belly, and he talks about.
He seems like a very uncool Bill Burr.
Oh yeah, totally. He's the opposite of Bill Burr, really. He talks about how uncomfortable he is with his entire life. How much he masturbates every day because he's so fucking sad. Being fat, being bald, all these different things. But he does it in such a funny way.
Friends like this.
Yeah. And,
oh, really?
Yeah. Yep.
Bill Burr. No, what did you say?
That's number 2.
Louis C.K. number 2. And I got number 2. I got Richard Pryor.
I worked at a mafia nightclub. In Youngstown, Ohio. I was 19. I was 19 years old, right? And I didn't know shit about the mafia. My father was the baddest motherfucker I'd ever seen. So the mafia didn't mean shit to me. I did not relate to the mafia. Right? And I worked with this lady, Satin Doll. She was the star of the show. Beautiful black stripper, right? Because usually in those days, they had like, in clubs, they had a singer and a stripper and an MC. I was the MC. And she was the first black star I ever met, Satin Doll. Yeah, because Duke Ellington had written a tune about her. You know, that's what she used to dance to and act. She was beautiful. She was 60 then. Oh, this bitch was fine though, man. I'm not lying. Lena Horne didn't have shit on her. And she was crying backstage, you know, I gotta get to Buffalo, they won't pay me. I said, who won't pay you? Club owners will. I said, oh, that motherfucker gonna pay me. Bet that. And now this is how ignorant I was. I had a cap pistol. You know them blank starter pistols? I busted into the office with this motherfucker in my, all right, give me the money, motherfucker. Doing my best black shit, you know. You know that shit usually scare Whitey to death. And these motherfuckers didn't do nothing. And I'm sure that those men are sitting in that room today laughing. Because that's what this dude, he just started laughing. This fucking kid. Hey, wait a minute. Hey, Tony, come here. Wait a minute, Rich, do the gun again. Hey, Tony, come here. Stick up. This fucking kid, come here, you fucking kid. He's got a pair of goosies on him, Fucking kid, come here, goddamn. They like to hug you and rub you. Come here, fucking. And grab your face, you got them. No, sitting there. This fucking kid got some goosies. Hey, man, and they always say shit you don't understand. You know, like, hey, you want a little cosino with me? Hey, Paolo, fix him a little monosada. Put some struzzi on. Fry it up. They like fried foods. Fucking kid, come in here. They come in here, had a gun, they fucking kid. Nucci in my gun. Pay everybody off. Pay them off. It's all right. They're gonna have time. They paid everybody off, let everybody go, and kept me. Like a pet. I fucking like this kid. This fucking you got family? Well, you got family now. Who is it? Carmine. Tell him I call him back. Tell him it's a stick up. And these motherfuckers start telling murder stories. Hey, you remember when Guzzi? Hey, remember when I made my fucking bones? Me, I had to go in. It was Cleveland, right? Fucking Teamster. Big mouth, hurt a lot of people, right? You know, ice pick's my thing, Rich. So we fucking had to drive down. Me, Johnny Salami, the Gabuzzo brothers. They on the funeral parlor. You carry, we bury. Come here, you fucking kid. So we take this jerk off out bowling, you know, drive him around, get him a few drinks. Say, hey, let's get some bras, right? A little motel we had set up. Remember the Johnny? So we take him around. He gets kind of stoned, drops his glass. I say, now, I pop him with the fucking ice pick, right? I'm popping this cocksucker, blood squirting every which way. I'm stabbing. He's, oh God, don't kill me. Oh, fuck you, you guinea cocksucker. And the fucking ice pick breaks. I'm standing there with a fucking piece of wood in my hand. I said, Johnny Salami, what do I do? Johnny says, wait till it melts, asshole. Those were the good old days. What's the matter, Rich? You don't look so good. Hey, it's Paolo. Give me a little Sinini Pro. You got a way home? You want us to give you a ride?
Richard Pryor. Oh, wow, this is going to be funny, isn't it?
That one was really hard to, of course I want to put him at number one, right? Like, when I was younger, I listened to so much, before that, my first introduction to comedy, really, like, that type of humor, like, originally there's, like, Bill Cosby. Mm-hmm. I remember my teacher would actually, when he's hungover or something like that, would put on a record player, and we'd listen to Bill Cosby, right? Because it was just family friendly and stuff like that. And it's really too bad what happened to Bill there, right? You know?
What happened to Bill?
Well, whatever he did, and just made a fucking creep out of himself and stuff.
Yeah.
But
it's too bad that he did what he did.
Yeah, the Cosby Show is an awesome show. I used to love that show.
I like the Cosby Show.
Theo was maybe a little bit older than us, eh?
Yeah.
But he was always the when the Monopoly money did you ever see that episode of that? Oh, that one is great.
I must have, but I can't remember at the moment.
But then I was about maybe 13. I was at Lynette's house, my wife's house, and their parents' house, and they had put on Eddie Murphy.
Oh, Delirious?
I don't know which one it was, Delirious
one of them.
or Raw,
Or
right?
Raw.
I could always get those two.
There's
mixed
only
up.
2.
Yeah. And what happened there was I fucking lost it, man. He was talking about the McDonald's and making a hamburger, and I was just like my mom too. And she's like, "You want to help cook? Grab the big black brown pan, get the chopped meat and the green pepper, and get the fuck out of the kitchen."
Is that your mom talks?
Oh no, my mom kind of talked like that, but
without the black slang.
Yeah, it was more of a Indian slang.
Just get the fuck out of the kitchen.
Get the fuck out! I kill you! Nani goo. But I was embarrassed, and I don't know, Lynette's dad probably thought I was like on drugs or something like that. He was looking at me, and I'm like, you know when you laugh so hard that you can't even...
Yeah, just hurt your stomach, and nothing comes out.
Nothing comes out, yeah. He's like, is this kid stoned or something like that? But after, like, that was... Eddie Murphy's what really set me off in a lot of ways to comedy. Raw and Delirious. Then that's how I got into Richard Pryor, and Richard Pryor was just he killed me. He talked. Well, I mean, Eddie Murphy was his protege, really, right? You know, he just like so many other comedians have been inspired by Richard Pryor, and I'd like to put him at number 1, but I mean that's a long time ago. And the sad thing about Richard Pryor is that there's just like rock and roll legends and stuff like that. It's not being put out anymore, right?
Right.
What you see is what you get. Maybe you could find some rare bit or something like that. But that's why I gave him number 2. Cheers to Richard Pryor.
Cheers.
Rest in peace.
It's number 1. Richard Pryor.
To be bullshitting, you know, but when you get them feeling somebody touches that shit inside you, that shit be fucking with you. When they make you mad. And women, I don't give a fuck. You all can be so cool about turning a motherfucker off. You love when a motherfucker be in love with you, because you can be some nasty bitches. When the motherfucker, darling, please don't let me, just give me the... Oh, God, are you calling again? God, Richard, please, just don't do this to yourself. I mean, why don't you go home and bathe or something like that? Just don't call here anymore. Just a minute, John. How can women be so cool though when you angry? Don't you tell me I love you, don't you see? Yes, dear, I'm going for a walk. A walk? I want to fight! One night I left the house about 137 times. I did, I just said, fuck you! And then I'd have to come back like, you forget your keys, you ever leave and forget your keys? Bitch, yeah, motherfucker. Yeah, uh-huh. Believe that shit. Yeah. You'll see. Oh, shit. Then you got to go back in. Why come your old lady looks so good after you've been away for a while? Right? You ever, like, get your heart broke like men here? You ever had your heart broke like men don't get their... Women get their heart broke, they cry. Men don't do that shit. Men hold that shit in like it don't hurt. Walk around and get hit by trucks. Say, didn't he see that truck? I said, motherfucker, he wouldn't have seen the 747. Because his heart was broken. Right? I mean, there's a feeling, getting your motherfucking heart broke is like, I don't know, it's like men cannot graduate till a woman breaks your fucking heart. That is your diploma. It either kill you or make you fat. I'm talking about that heartache where your motherfucking heart be, ooh, hurting and shit, and you can't even listen to music. Shit remind like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. That reminds me of my lady. She got a nose just like Rudolph. And you go out with other women when you love, you go out with other women, don't mean shit, right? You go out with other women and they talk and they go, you hear their voice, they go, what is this bitch talking about? Why don't she just shut the fuck up? She ain't saying shit. Because it's hard to reestablish yourself with other people once you've been with a partner for a long time, right? Especially if you get a good woman that you really be in love with. And usually it's the man that fucks up. We fuck up, right? Then we can't find them motherfuckers no more. Right? And when you can't find her no more, it look like she get better. Every time you see her, she be beautiful with some other motherfucker that look good. I be going, I want to kill everybody. Everybody in the world. That's how you end up in penitentiary, Jack.
That's who my number one is. And
who's your number two? Oh, Louis C.K.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, this is moving fast.
Yeah, number one. And what you said is like so true. Like Richard Pryor, he's super funny, but Eddie Murphy was hilarious, and he talks about Richard Pryor in his bit. That's in.
Yeah.
And when he's talking about saying that the flism flasm. I have 5 kids. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, we could probably do that whole bit.
Yeah, the whole bit. But then he's like telling Eddie Murphy not to,
swear.
Not to swear.
You can't say Phil Florm,
flism. Stop the flism in the flism.
Gotta do
the head.
Oh, and the eyes and the Jello pudding pops and
yeah. And then he's like gets pissed off or whatever, and then tells Richard Pryor this, and then Richard Pryor tells him tell Bill Cosby to have a pudding pop, shut the fuck up, and a smile, or
a Coke, a smile, and shut the fuck up.
A Coke and a smile and shut the fuck up.
Richard Pryor have a Coke, smile, and shut the fuck up.
Yeah, and I didn't even know who Richard Pryor was at that time, right? And so when he told that bit, I'm like, who the fuck is Richard Pryor? Because that is really fucking funny. Is that real? That really happened? Then, then as Richard Pryor, I started to actually see more Richard Pryor stuff because we didn't have internet when that was happening.
Yeah.
So it was really hard to find our comedians back then. And then on Just for Laughs.
Tapes and
Just for Laughs was like the worst thing. Montreal, Just for Laughs.
What about Just for Laugh gags? I watched
That's funny. That shit is hilarious. Yeah.
Okay, my number one, I'm going to have to give it to Doug Stanhope.
I just want to close strong. I want to have a great closer. That was as a comic. I want to have a great closing bit. I want to have a great closing bit for my career. Like once I find that bit, I can stop yelling about stuff and slink off. I don't care if I have to fucking whatever for a living. Who do you have to kill? No, the closer, the closing bit. Last year at SeaWorld, a killer whale leapt out of the tank and grabbed its trainer by the head and pulled her underwater and ate her at the end of a live performance. I don't know that it was the scheduled end of the show. But on that night, they decided to close on it. It leapt up, grabbed her ponytail, pulled her underwater, and chewed on her for quite some time. Because it's a fucking killer whale. You can't give it the hook like it's vaudeville. Like, no. They had to let it go. And I read that story with such palpable envy. Because that's everything I want to bring to stage. That story, like if I could find some parallel closing bit, I would never do comedy again. Because that's everything I want to present to an audience. It's inherently hilarious, but it's got a sense of horror, and it's just a horrifying, but there's an unmistakable message and justice within, because first of all, you're not a killer whale trainer. You can call yourself and dress up in the spandex like a killer whale. You're not a killer whale trainer, because from my limited knowledge of marine biology, killer whales come out previously trained. They're already perfect killer whales, unless you're trying to train them to do backflips for fucking sardines and to dance on their tails, which they don't do naturally. You're training them to be fucking circus monkeys, and by withholding a food source, you're not a trainer, you're a fuckwither. You fuck with killer whales. That's what you do. You take away their food until they do unnatural acts, and then you call yourself you can say, oh no, she did a lot of hard work, and the research they did because of the SeaWorld, she could follow their mating habits and help them proliferate in the wild when they're a dwindling species, and you go, yeah, you could do that regardless without making them dance on their tails because they're starving for a fucking fish. You could have done it without fucking with them. So don't tell me they did a lot of good work because you could have done that without the fuck with them. That's like if I went to Somalia right now, worst drought in 60 years, I picked up a dozen kids that were starving to death and brought them over here to help them. But first, I paraded them out on stage for a matinee show and drug a wiener on a string till they jumped through a series of burning hoops. And then at the end, I made them present and stand and jump on their tippy toes to get the hot dog. And they go, how, ta-da! You wouldn't call me a trainer. You'd call me an asshole, and you would clap and applaud wildly when they turned on me and ate my head in front of a fucking sold-out show. And that's everything I'm jealous of when I find that in the closing bit, because that's a serious closer. That's a closer because anyone who was at that live performance will never be able to enjoy live entertainment again. Nothing will ever top what they saw, and no one can ever top their story. I was at Monterey when fucking Hendrix lit his guitar on fire, and he was on acid, and I was on acid, and everyone was on acid. Oh, yeah? Yeah. I was at SeaWorld. I was at SeaWorld last February, where I watched a killer whale chew on its trainer's head in front of a glass, in front of screaming children with their parents trying to cover their eyes, recoiling in horror, heading for the exits, but still having to stop and watch for over 35 minutes. So, yeah, no, I don't want to go see your friend Danny play flamenco guitar at the VIP lounge.
I seen him live in concert. It was great. He's been a hero of mine for the last... He's been doing comedy now for, I don't know, 25 years plus.
Yeah, forever.
Like that. I didn't know him back then, but I went back and I looked at all his older stuff when he was like in the 90s, like 20 something. You know what I mean? He's a little older than us, but I really appreciate a lot of his jokes. I got my book signed by him. A friendly guy, an easy guy to talk to. It's pretty intimidating when you meet your hero or someone that you really look up to, right? I really actually didn't say much to him.
What did you say though? You told me the story.
Yeah, I told him, hey, Doug Stanhope, you're my hero. And he kind of turned away for a second. I don't know but he kind of seemed like he got choked about it. And he goes like this for a second. He goes, well, you better get yourself a brand new hero. And we laughed. I just thanked him and stuff. But Doug Stanhope's my number one favorite comedian. Like I said, I could have put Richard Pryor there, but I mean, you have to like let things pass over time and stuff. You know what I mean? Like I don't know, Richard Pryor, he's number one, but I mean, I gave it to Doug Stanhope, whatever.
Yeah, well, he is a funny motherfucker for sure.
There were some other comedians that came up here. A lot of guys like
Fluffy.
Yeah, Fluffy's up there. Yeah,
Gabriel Iglesias.
What's the guy that always get confused? Well, you wouldn't know. What's the guy that I get confused with Fluffy? No, but the other guy, fat guy, he's Canadian. The Japanese bullet train guy.
Oh, wait,
Indian
hold on.
food makes him shit. No,
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about, yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
I think I like him actually better than...
he's talking about...
He's
talking about picking up... How come Japanese people sound like they're always trying to lift up a house? Honda!
He's not so bad sometimes. So.
Yeah, he is funny.
Cat Williams, Ting Ting.
Cat Williams?
Yeah, did you ever hear him do his Ting Ting bit?
No.
About the guy who loses his legs? Oh, you gotta watch that bit. And he's talking about he was in the Olympics or I don't know, some kind of sporting event. And people were saying that he had an unfair advantage. And he goes to talk about this guy has no fucking legs. He's just got these paper clip fucking bouncy things. And he's
The setup is funny.
Yeah, I like some of his stuff.
I like some of his stuff too. I think Cat
like
Williams is pretty funny
too. You know.
What about the Matt with the long hair? Always wears sunglasses on stage.
Oh, Mitch Hedberg.
Mitch Hedberg. Oh god, that guy was so fucking funny.
Yeah, at times some of his jokes were just so bad you just had to laugh.
Yeah, I don't even understood it. Oh, that's the same joke. That's the old joke that he used to say. I used to do drugs.
I used to drink.
I still do.
I still do, but I used to too.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, I used to lie in bed and wonder where my twin brother was.
Yeah.
And then later on, I got a king size bed.
You ever live in like a really small apartment where there's paper thin walls and you can hear people knocking on the door? Then all of a sudden they knock on the door and you go around.
I thought you were gonna.
There's no door here. I don't know what you see on your side, but on my side, it's just a wall with a picture.
What about the guy? Is he the guy who does the joke about the midget?
He's talking about what kind of backpack. He's like, you ever wear a backpack with a turtleneck? It's like a really weak midget. It's trying to take you down.
Russell Peters.
Yeah.
Somebody gonna get hurt real bad.
Real bad.
I like Russell Peters, but he's kind of middle of the road. He doesn't really do anything too far out there.
No, he just does imitations of other.
He does the whole Indian thing too.
Yeah.
And it kind of reminds me like when you see not Steel, but you could see where the inspiration is. And a lot of when he talks about India, he gets off the plane when he got to India. And he was so proud that he was going to be. He's more Indian than Indians and stuff like that. And that's when I realized I was Canadian. It was the smell that came out. And Richard Pryor does the same bit when he goes to Africa. Yeah, and I could always notice that. Like that's again like the credit to how great Richard Pryor was, right?
I think I just want to go back to Richard Pryor for 1 second. The reason why what kind of really set me into Richard Pryor is the way that he tells a bit. If you watch Richard Pryor right now, he doesn't just tell a bit. Everything in his bit is animated and comes to life.
Yeah, definitely.
He's like, from this beer to this microphone to this speaker, he will have voices for each thing in there. Like where he tells the bit about the cops coming to his house and the car. He shoots the tires. And then the vodka's telling him, shoot the end, Rich.
Yeah, go to shoot another one.
Like, and then she just went, poof, whatever his joke is. And then the cops come and he's like, and the cops don't shoot cars, they shoot niggas. Yeah. But everybody.
And the mafia when he
the mafia stories.
Come in, do the bit again there, Rich. Come here, you little fucking. Those guys are still in that room today.
They're still laughing. Oh, I'm getting my motherfucking money. Anyways,
Andrew Dice Clay. Did I? Rodney Dangerfield. Did I say that?
You didn't. But why? What number was that?
Did we miss one?
Number 4. Oh, I did my Jim Jeffries at number 4. Who did you say? You said Jim Jaffick. You said Gaffigan.
Oh, okay. Got it scratched out. Okay, then I scratched out Jim Gaffigan. I meant to put Rodney Dangerfield there.
Really?
Well, it's tough. I was balancing all these things. And how could you forget Rodney Dangerfield?
Rodney Dangerfield. You're getting gypped again.
I went to the bar the other day, and the bartender said, what do you want? I said, surprise me. He showed me a naked picture of my wife. I said, hey, who told you could sleep with my wife? He said, everybody. I get no respect. I get no respect at all.
He almost turned into fucking Andrew Dice Clay there
for
a moment.
And that's what I was going to say. Like, Andrew Dice Clay is kind of like how Richard Pryor and Eddie Murphy were, in a way, they're the king of one-liners. Rodney Dangerfield. He was kind of an inspiration for Andrew Dice Clay in a way, and Rodney Dangerfield was an inspiration again for so many comedians, and he also helped bring them up. He had the club and stuff, and all the people that went through there. That he helped a lot of comedians. He was a big help to a lot of people.
He really paved the way for a lot of comedians.
Yeah,
for sure.
And that guy could really just rattle jokes off. I kind of have to be in the mood, but if he's really on a roll and you're laughing, he'll just bam, 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 bam. You're trying to listen and you're still laughing about the last
jag
one.
joke. Yeah, like Stephen Wright.
Steven Rand, not familiar. It's kind of neat how you know a lot of these comedians that I'm not.
Yeah, well, and there's a lot of similarities. Stephen Ray, he's got like he's bald to here, and he's got like this afro, and he's like, fuck. He's like, he's got like a deep voice, and he tells like really quick one-liners.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. And
he's like,
was he in that movie with when they're all stoned and stuff like that? Half Baked. He was the guy on the couch, I think.
Yeah, I think he was that guy. Yeah,
I could see.
Yeah, because he's talking about.
See, I do know these the voices again. Yeah.
He's like, I bought my dog contacts lenses of cats. Now he's just chasing everything around all day. It's like stupid jokes like that.
Yeah,
right?
there's some of them are really bad. Yeah,
that was the one I remembered on the spot. It's probably not the funniest one, but
that's good, man. Yeah. You do a really good impersonation of that one. I like that one. That sounds good.
If I could do it for a little bit longer, I could.
Yeah,
I could get it. I can get into it.
It's
more.
hard in front of the camera too,
yeah.
right? Like,
well, I'm trying to remember the bit and remember how he talks at the exact same time.
I can't do this as well. Like with I could do a lot of impersonations.
You did the Dangerfield pretty good.
Yeah, I could do it better too. But yeah, it was just a camera thing and stuff. Robin Williams. I know you're a big Robin Williams fan.
I am. Yeah, his jokes are pretty funny too. But no one, how are you gonna impersonate him?
He's off the wall.
Yeah,
the amount of energy that he had.
He's always all over the place, right?
Yeah.
I watched a whole bunch of bits.
Like his mind just goes so fast.
They have a whole bunch of outtakes on YouTube right now of his. Oh no, maybe I was watching a documentary. I don't know what I was watching, but it was showing him on his TV show, Mork and Mindy.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. But there's a whole bunch of bits and outtakes from it.
Yeah.
And him being absolutely just nuts and crazy and then redoing the bits again. Like he would like be composed for like 1 second and then he'd be back into it again.
That guy would probably be a blast to hang out with, a blast to party with, eh?
Get low drugs.
So he'd be the last one up.
Come on, one more drink. It wouldn't be you this time.
It wouldn't be me this time. But yeah, there's what about Kevin Hart? There, it's kind of, you heard he had an accident. Hope he gets better soon.
He's in a car accident.
He's got some funny stuff out there. The shit glass one. Did you ever hear that one?
Which one?
The shit cup.
What's the shit cup?
You'll find it someday.
Oh, okay, yeah.
If anybody else knows it, or look it up. The shit glass or shit cup or whatever.
He is pretty funny though. I do like him. I've watched all of his stand up like specials on Netflix and stuff.
Yeah,
like
and
that,
I think he's kind of appeals to a lot of people. He's got a broad range of like a guy like Doug Stanhope is. I've heard him classified as a comedian's comedian, right?
Mm-hmm.
And some people, like a lot of people, it's limited in the amount of people that really relate or get him or anything. Ralphie May.
Ralphie May was one funny motherfucker.
Yeah, rest in peace for him too.
Yeah,
a lot of dead guys in here. Eh?
Well, yeah, for sure.
I like that guy, and I was a little bit late for him too. And then just when I started like finding him and listening, the chocolate milk thing and who's the retard now and all that.
Yeah.
When I first heard him, I always thought he was black, right? And I heard him.
Yeah, he does have it. He has that kind of sound.
I gotta find that. Well, yeah, he lived in Compton or whatever neighborhood, some kind of black neighborhood and stuff. But I was like, I gotta find this guy. He sounds fucking hilarious. So I'm like, he's a big fat white dude. Yeah. And then all of a sudden I really started getting into him, and all of a sudden found out, and then all of a sudden he
passed
died.
away. Yeah.
I was like, well, fuck.
And then there was the black guy that was actually friends with Ralphie May, but I can't remember his name at the moment. Mm-hmm. No, but
and you know what? There's lots of guys that I like that have just a couple jokes that I don't really know the names of. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I know the bit, but I like Brian Regan. I was just looking that up on the way here. He does the cup of dirt. I got a cup with dirt in it.
Brian Regan is so fucking funny.
Cup of dirt. I'd really like to listen to more of him. I got to sit down and watch one of his shows sometime.
Yeah, he's super funny.
So many comedians out there, so much great talent, so many, we appreciate it. We like to laugh, But those are my top 5. I don't know which way I could again, like I kicked out Jim Gaffigan. I don't know what happened there, but
yeah. Well, I could have changed some things too. I just put in my top 5 that I'm kind of feeling at the moment too, right? Yeah. I kind of find that comedians are kind of like music.
Yeah, they're timed. They're having age and stuff. Yeah, and the things they talk about and things they they find funny.
But because we keep progressing as society, so jokes keep changing as well too, right?
Yeah.
So comedians keep on kind of like jockeying for first and second, third place in my books, anyways, because it just depends on the new situation, the new political situation, the new relationship situation that they're able to come up with the best bits about, right?
Yeah.
So, anyways,
I had to. One last thing here is that I squeezed out Jim Gaffigan so I could put Maria Bamford in there. Who's your favorite women comedian? Oh, what was that one chick?
Ali Wong is really fucking funny.
Who's she?
Ali Wong. She has a Netflix special right now. She's pregnant in it. She's this Asian girl. She's super funny. I do like Maria Bamford as well. I like Sarah Silverman.
Who's that one?
The bigger blonde one?
Yeah, who talks about big black dicks and fucking black men and all that
I don't know.
stuff.
She fucked John Cena in one movie too.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I can't remember her name.
That was really funny.
She's pretty
part,
funny
though.
sometimes.
She is
right?
funny, but I hear she's a joke stealer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
We're not even talking to him. Now we're not even. I don't know if I want to say her name now.
Yeah. Joe
Carlos?
Rogan. Yeah.
Carlos Mencia.
He confronted him about that.
Yeah. And Rogan's not on my list, but I just think he's funny, but not in that, not in a stand-up comedy way.
Yeah.
Like some of his stuff is funny, but I think he's a little bit off the wall a bit.
Okay.
Weird, right?
Well, that was funny. I enjoyed that one. That was fun to do and something that we're pretty familiar with.
Oh yeah.
We didn't, have much to go on here, but
I would like to do a part 2 for sure on this one.
And do the all the stuff that you wanted to do in there and stuff.
Yeah. So we'll see. So anyways, we're gonna go ahead and end the video right here. I want to thank you guys for watching this video. If you guys like this video, leave a like. If you have not subscribed, subscribe right now. This has been The Cheese with Josh and
Boh.
We're gonna see you guys in that comment section. You guys are gonna see us in our next video. Take care, everybody. Love you all.
Peace.
Peace.